The Battle of Yarmuk, a miracle and divine victory. The Battle of Yarmuk, 636 CE, 15 AH, is one of the most extraordinary and miraculous victories in Islamic history, a turning point that changed the course of the world. It was fought between the Muslim army, led by the great commander Khalid ibn al-Walid, RRA, and the Byzantine, Eastern Roman Empire, one of the most powerful empires on earth at that time. Here's why the Battle of Yarmuk is considered a miracle and a divine victory. 1. Unequal forces. The Muslims numbered about 36,000 soldiers, while the Byzantine army reportedly had 200,000 or more troops, a massive difference. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Muslims displayed extraordinary unity, faith, and discipline, driven by their belief in Allah's promise of victory for those who fight in His cause. 2. Leadership of Khalid ibn al-Walid, known as the Sword of Allah. Khalid ibn al-Walid was a military genius. He used brilliant tactics such as flexible formations, quick cavalry maneuvers, and psychological warfare. His ability to anticipate the enemy's moves and inspire his troops was unmatched. Even the Roman generals feared his name. 3. Faith and brotherhood. Before battle, the Muslim soldiers prayed together, recited Quran, and reminded each other that paradise was the reward for those who died fighting for Allah. They fought not for land or wealth, but for the spread of justice, truth, and Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. Their unity and sincerity made them unstoppable. 4. Divine help. Many early Islamic historians record that a fierce windstorm blew dust into the eyes of the Byzantine soldiers, confusing and blinding them, while the Muslims were shielded from it. This sudden change turned the tide of battle and was seen as a miracle from Allah, aiding the believers just as He promised in the Quran, Surah Al-Anfal, chapter 8, verse 9-10. When you sought help of your Lord and He answered you, indeed I will reinforce you with 1,000 angels following one another. Quran chapter 8, verse 9. 4. The result. After 6 days of fierce combat, the mighty Byzantine army was crushed. Thousands fled or perished, and the entire region of Greater Syria came under Muslim control. This victory opened the gates for Islam to spread peacefully across the Levant, including modern-day Syria, Palestine, Jordan, and Lebanon. 6. The legacy. The Battle of Yarmuk was more than a military success. It was a spiritual triumph. It proved that faith, discipline, and divine reliance could overcome the greatest worldly powers. It marked the beginning of the decline of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of Islamic civilization, which would soon lead the world in knowledge, justice, and progress. The Battle of Yarmuk, fought in 636 CE, 15 AH near the Yarmuk River Valley, close to modern-day Syria and Jordan, was one of the most decisive and miraculous victories in Islamic history. Under the brilliant command of Khalid ibn al-Walid, ARA, the Muslim army faced the powerful Byzantine forces led by Emperor Heraclius's generals, including Theodore and Vahan. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Muslims fought with unshakable faith, unity, and discipline, relying on Allah's help rather than their own strength. In an incredible display of divine assistance, the smaller Muslim force overcame the mighty Byzantine Empire, achieving a decisive victory that changed the course of history. This triumph at Yarmuk was not just a military success but a miracle of faith, proving that true power lies in belief, courage, and trust in Allah, even against impossible odds. The Battle of Yarmuk stands forever as a shining symbol of faith, courage, and divine support. It was not the size of the army or the strength of weapons that brought victory, but the power of belief, unity, and trust in Allah. Against impossible odds, the Muslims triumphed because their hearts were firm, their purpose was pure, and their reliance was upon their Creator alone. Yarmuk reminds every believer that when we uphold truth, discipline, and sincerity, Allah grants victory in ways beyond imagination. For indeed, victory comes only from Allah, the Almighty, the All-Wise. Quran chapter 3, verse 126.